This is why you guys are asking me, how can I get faster? Why am I stuck on 2K? Because you quit. We don't quit. Alright, so here we start the lap guide. Put the left side tires close to the gravel, on the curb, and then as far to the right as you can. Get close to the gravel on the apex. Half the car on the right side, aim for the bullets on the left for the exit. Try to carry the speed here without understeering. Right side all the way over the bollard. And focus on an exit from Tête Rouge as well. Then on the straight we want to be in the middle of the track. Middle of the track makes you slightly faster, so put that line right in the middle. Last moment we're gonna move over to the left and brake just before the 100. And if you want to know how the hell that was in the slowdown, stick around for after the lap, because I'll explain exactly where the limits are. And then we do the same thing for second chicane. Try to set up for a nice exit. Brake just after the 100. How the hell is this not a slowdown? Stick around. No sign corner, open it up from the left side, focus on the exit, brake right before the kink. Got the bunch on the inside. Again, middle of the road. This might be too easy for the first try, immediately getting a good lap time. Middle of the road. Middle of the road. Careful of not extending too much on the entry here. Lift just before. Important how much speed you carry through here. Open up from the left side. Small loss of traction there. But first gear in the S at least is needed. Then the Porsche cars will have to go full push. 2 tires on the green on the entry. Then follow the curb on the right side. All the way over the grass on the left side. Careful with the wall on the right. Again, follow the curb. Stay tight, stay tight, stay tight, stay tight, stay tight. Tap on the brake, left. Careful for the exit slowdown. Then the last corners. Open it up from the right side. Brake just before the curb. And straighten it up before you get over the last curb. And that's the lap around Le Mans. Let's have a look from the outside cam. First try. That was too easy. 0.8 in the first try. I think my... Okay. Let's have a look from the outside cam now so I don't have to cut the video. I think there was a bug going on here, like it skipped a lot of laps. So... Let's have a look from the outside here. We will go right over all the details where to drive. First things first, if you don't want to look like a noob, you don't want to drive all the way on the outside here. you will see most people drive all the way around the outside. If you also want to gain 300s for doing nothing, just drive straight to this point here. You have a shorter line to the entry. Look like an F1 Esports Pro. Then you have to open up, close to the gravel. What's the reason? We want to brake as much in the straight line as we can. So you go from the outside here. Then you place the left side tires on the inside curb here. You can't go all the way to the grass yet. Left side tires on the inside curb. Don't get all the way to the grass here, there is a slowdown. Then, after the bump, there's quite a big bump here. After the bump, you go on the brakes, depending a bit on the fuel, of course. And after that, you can go as far to the right as you want. Meaning you want to get close to the grass on the right side. Dunlop chicane. Look, Dunlop bridge. Not Goodyear or whatever it is. Dunlop. Dunlop. Most important thing here, get close to the gravel. You want to get close to this gravel on the left hand side. If you hit this, if your big toe hits this, that's perfect. If all of your toes hit this, you get a slowdown, you have to wait. So try to get close to this. Most important thing for turn 1 is to not go deep. Almost everyone is going deep here and they fuck up the exit and they're gonna just park it. Don't go deep here. Set it up that you have a nice entry into the right-hander. This right-hander does not have this nice gravel marker on the right. You can just about have your left side tires over this white line, but because there's no marker, I'm normally a bit more careful around here. I just try to hit the inside yellow curbs a tiny bit. These look like anti-cuts, you don't feel them. For the exit though, there's these two. These are your fans. You want to high-five them. When you high-five someone, you don't run straight into them. You have the side of you going into them. Meaning, middle of the car needs to be on the right of these bollards. But you want to open it up. Left side of your car needs to hit the first bollard and preferably also the second bollard. And you can see the first one is more close to the track than the second one. That's where the off track goes here. The first one, middle of the car, second one, middle of the car. That means that you can run wider right when this opens up. Then easy enough here, easy enough here. Entry, of course, close to the gravel. You just carry a lot of entry speed here. Carry as much brake as you can without losing the rear, because you're probably going to be running low rear wing. And throttle early, because these bollards here on the right, we don't like them. Drive in here and just hit them. Right side over the curb, left side on the curb. Like this. You won't really bottom out in almost any of the cars. I think in pretty much every car it's faster now. Sometimes you'll have a case where your setup bottoms out and you have to drive around it. Most of the time, just drive all the way over it like this. This is on track. It is how it is. Hate the player and the game. Something like that. That's your rouge. All about carrying as much speed as you can while getting a good exit. On the apex, left side tire needs to be touching the white line, otherwise you get a slowdown. Slowdown here, not fun. So we go like this. Left side tire on the white line. Exit. They changed this a bit. Your right side tire, pretty much just aim for the right side tire to be on the right side of this drainage pipe. Or on the curb. If you go over it, but you're back on the time by you get at the end of the curb, you get an off track now. But not a slowdown. If your right side tire is over this, when the curb ends, then you get a slowdown and your race is over. On the straight, you stay in the middle. In the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Why is it faster? The track is a bit like a Pizza Hut. And if your car's lower to the ground, you go faster. last moment, you move over the left side. You brake just before the 100 here, or just after this one, whatever you prefer. And this cone here, you want to like smack it. You don't want to hit it too hard. You want to smack it. Or get close to it. But you want to be close to this cone. Then we get to the chicanes. And these chicanes are either the best track limits in the game or the worst, depending on who you ask. I think it has great flow. You need to learn where to go though. The right-hander, white line, we don't care about it. Left side tire can just about touch this. If it goes over this, you get a slowdown. If I feel the force feedback that my left side tire is touching this, then my muscles in my ass tense up and I think I'm getting a slowdown. And if you don't, it's big relief. Same thing for the left side. You want to go over it, but the moment you hit this curb, you're playing with fire. Then back on power, because you want to be close to this wall here. And this is the racing line. If you drive here, you deserve to be in bottom split in 2026. You need to watch this guide. The thing is, we cannot just continue here and enter here. That's not allowed. This is allowed. Where do you come back though? It's the middle of this curb somewhere. I do not have a marker. What I use, we'll go from the cockpit cam. Come here. By this point here, you just hold the wheel straight and you go parallel with this curb. So from this point, you hold the wheel straight. And then when you go straight over this curb, like this, will not be a slowdown. If you go 1 meter to the right, you'll get a slowdown. That does mean that you go quite hard over this curb and you probably end up quite far on the outside here. Keep that in mind. Then straight line, middle of the track again. Open up all the way on the right side. They said they would add an update a while ago where there would be like rubber on the side here that slows it down. It didn't do fuck all. So we're still braking right after the 100 close to the grass here. And second chicane is similar, but you have a bit of these edges on the curb here. So you want to kind of avoid going over the curb where there's these edges because it upsets the car. So I placed my car that it goes right off about here. You want to go off there anyways to set up an exit. You don't want to enter all the way in the middle here. You want to be turning right before you hit the curb already. Then same thing here. If you hit the curb here with your left side tires, it's squeaky bum time. You might get a slowdown. So that's the limit that I take. On throttle here, all the way to the left side, and then we get to the most important part about this track guide. Where to exit this one. And you can see this edge in the curb here. I don't know about you, but I don't like getting edged, so I avoid the edge. Meaning I go right with my right tire here, with my left tire here, and this will be in the middle of my car. Just like this. You can see there's a bit of a bump on the left side again, and right in the middle, it's kind of flat. So you go here, and then you just take all the exit available. Where do you see an edge? Then, all the way to the left from Lausanne, get close to this point here, because we want to brake in a straight line, so you don't want to brake from here. We want to improve our line into the corner, have our car pointed where we want to be, brake just before the edge and the curb here, and then brake towards the left side, towards the cone on the left here, as much in the straight line as you can, and then again, just avoid this cone, because that will be a slowdown. get to the inside, and then you can again hit the bollards. Middle of the car needs to be on the left side of the bollards. That's the limit here, but this is a huge slowdown, so don't cut this too much. Exit, just use the gravel as the exit. You can smash the cone, but be careful. If you smash it too hard, you get a penalty. Then, entry here, be careful. If you go the middle of the car, I think it's over this line or over this line, you get a 1x. It's not a slowdown, but your lap will be invalidated, so careful of extending too much here. And then what I like to do, at least in open, is lift a bit before we get to the kink. Even touch the brake tiny bit here, and then through the kink, no inputs, just lift. The car gets compressed there first at the front and at the rear. That means that the car likes to snap a bit. Then the rear suddenly gets compressed. Bunch of sparks fly. You want to have no inputs on this compression here to keep the car stable. And then brake towards the outside curb here. Keep the speed up through this corner. On ours, there's kind of two lines. There's the pussy line, and if you don't want to be a pussy, you want to open it up from the left side. Brake just before the 50. The issue with this line is you need to be back before the cone, and you need to go quite hard over the curb. If you go almost parallel to the curb, the car gonna get stuck on it. So you want to go all the way from the left, and then turn a bit before the curb already, and your car will go over it just fine. Then you want to set up for a nice exit. I lost traction here because I'm a noob, but you want to go close to the wall on the exit here. Ignore the YouTube chat again, they cannot behave. Same on the entry here, 2 tires on the green, don't go the middle of the car on the green, that will be an off track. And then you want to follow the curb on the inside here. You don't want to go too wide. Follow the curb. Left-hander here is where it gets important. You want to enter the left-hander from about the middle of the track, not all the way here, because then you fuck up the entry. And you want to use this grass here. This grass looks green, but it should really be like big holes from us driving in this. This does two things. It's not an off-track, you can go quite far on the left here. Not an off-track. It slows the left side of it down more than the right side. It pulls your car to the left, which is what we want in the apex here. And you just have a nicer line through the corner. Get close to the wall here without hitting it. Then similar thing on the left here. Bit of grass before you hop onto the curb. Like this. If you're feeling really fancy, you can go a bit throttle and brake at the same time here to help rotation. It only works if your differential is set up in a certain way, but it can definitely help in these corners. Just follow the inside, then follow the inside here again as well. Follow the white line. Follow the white line, follow the white line, all the way around. And then small tap of the brake I like to do right when I change directions to point the car to the left. Go over at least the curb on the inside here. You can even take a bit of grass on the left side. On throttle early, and then your left side tires need to be off or just about in the middle of the curb here when this ends. This is very close to the slowdown. I was squeaky bum time here. So you want to be left side tires on the curb. If you go over it, by this point here you get a slowdown. Then entry here, you want to extend it on the pit entry. Brake in a straight line just before the curb starts. The left side, you want to go all the way over with your right side tire just about on the curb here. You could go a bit more than I did even. Right side, same thing. Left side tire can be just about on the curb here without getting slowed down. Make sure you don't enter all the way to the left side, at least in the middle here. Open up the latch again. Then you want to make sure that your left side tire is not hitting the curb here. Very easy to get a slowdown on the left side. Then tap the brake right when you land. Change direction so that your car flies to the inside already when you hit this curb. This curb you can pretty much just take whatever you like. There's almost no slowdown here. If you get a slowdown here, you're special. You can just fly over it. As you can see, like I'm all the way on the curb. Doesn't really matter. exit close to the gravel, and finish your lap. And congratulations, you can try another lap for the slowdown again. I hope you appreciate the guide without too much editing. We had to get something quick because I couldn't find the old guides and the races start tomorrow. Appreciate watching, and if you want to see the races this week, subscribe and watch the live streams. Alright, should we look the